What if the division you see around you is the very thing weakening your faith without you realizing it? What if unity is not just a nice idea, but a spiritual strength you cannot afford to ignore? And what if your growth is being limited, not by what you lack, but by how you connect with others? There is something deeply powerful about unity. Not surface-level agreement, not forced harmony, but a true spiritual connection that brings people together with purpose. In Ephesians 4:1-16, we are given a clear and challenging calling, to live a life worthy of the calling we have received, and to maintain unity in the body of Christ. This is not just about getting along. It's about alignment. It's about understanding that we are part of something bigger than ourselves. And when that understanding becomes real, it changes everything. The passage begins with a call to humility, gentleness, and patience. These are not traits that come naturally in a world that rewards pride, speed, and self-promotion, but they are essential for unity. Without humility, we compete. Without gentleness, we hurt each other. Without patience, we give up on people too quickly. Think about your daily interactions. How often do misunderstandings happen because of tone, assumptions, or impatience? How many relationships are strained, not because of major issues, but because of small, repeated moments where grace was missing? Unity is not automatic. It requires effort. It requires intention. It requires choosing love even when it's not easy. We are told to bear with one another in love. That means accepting that people are imperfect, just like you, just like me. Everyone is growing at a different pace. Everyone is carrying something unseen. When we remember that, it becomes easier to respond with compassion instead of frustration. Then comes a powerful reminder. There is one body and one spirit, just as we were called to one hope, one Lord, one faith, one baptism, one God and Father of all. This is the foundation of unity. We are not separate pieces trying to compete. We are connected parts of one body. And when one part suffers, the whole body feels it. When one part grows, the whole body benefits. But here's where many people struggle. They want growth without connection. They want maturity without accountability. They want purpose without community. And it doesn't work that way. Spiritual maturity is not something you achieve in isolation. It develops through relationships, through challenges, through learning how to work with others, forgive others, support others, and be supported. The passage talks about different roles: apostles, prophets, evangelists, pastors, and teachers. These are not positions of status, but functions of purpose. Each role exists to build up the body, to equip believers, to help others grow. This means everyone has a role. You may not stand on a stage, you may not have a title, but you have influence, you have a voice. You have the ability to encourage, to support, to guide, to listen. And when each person does their part, something incredible happens. The body grows, not just in size, but in strength, in depth, in maturity. The goal is not just unity, but maturity. Because unity without maturity can be fragile. It can break under pressure, but when unity is combined with maturity, it becomes strong, stable, unshakable. The passage warns about being like children, tossed back and forth by the waves, carried around by every wind of teaching. This is what happens when we are not grounded, when we don't grow, when we don't develop discernment. In today's world, there are countless voices, opinions, ideas, messages that pull in different directions. Without maturity, it's easy to become confused, to follow trends, to lose focus. But maturity brings clarity. It allows you to recognize truth, to stay steady even when everything around you is shifting. And here's the key. Maturity is not just about knowledge, it's about transformation. It's about becoming more like Christ. The passage says we are to grow into Him who is the head, that is Christ. This means our goal is not to be like everyone else. It's not to meet expectations set by society. It's to reflect the character of Christ in how we live, how we speak, how we treat others. This kind of growth is intentional. It happens when we stay connected, when we learn, when we apply, when we allow God to shape us over time. And part of that process is speaking the truth in love. This is one of the most important and most challenging aspects of unity. Truth without love can be harsh. It can hurt. It can push people away. Love without truth can be weak. It can avoid necessary conversations. It can allow problems to grow. But when truth and love come together, something powerful happens. We grow. We help each other become better, not through judgment, but through care. not through pressure, but through guidance. Think about the people in your life. Are your words helping them grow? Are you willing to speak truth, even when it's uncomfortable, but in a way that builds, not breaks? And are you open to receiving truth from others? Because unity is not just about giving, it's also about receiving. It's about being humble enough to learn, to admit when you're wrong, to grow from correction. This is how maturity develops. The passage describes the body as being joined and held together by every supporting ligament. This is such a powerful image. It shows how interconnected we are, how each part matters. If one part stops functioning, it affects the whole. If one part becomes disconnected, the body weakens. This is why unity is so important. It's not just about feeling connected, it's about being effective. It's about fulfilling the purpose we've been given. And when each part does its work, the body grows and builds itself up in love. That's the goal. Growth rooted in love, not competition, not comparison, not division. Love. So what does this mean for you, right now? It means looking at your relationships differently. It means asking yourself, am I contributing to unity or am I creating division? Am I building others up or tearing them down? Am I growing or staying comfortable? These are not easy questions, but they are necessary. Because your growth matters, your role matters, your connection to others matters, and the way you live out your faith affects more than just you. There will be challenges, there will be misunderstandings, there will be moments when unity feels difficult, but that's where the real growth happens. When you choose patience instead of frustration, when you choose humility instead of pride, when you choose love instead of reaction. These choices may seem small, but they have a big impact. They shape your character, they strengthen your relationships, they contribute to something greater than yourself. And over time, you will begin to see the difference, not just in others, but in yourself. You will become more grounded, more understanding, more mature, not perfect, but growing. And that's what this journey is about. Progress, not perfection. Connection, not isolation. Unity, not division. So today, take a step. Reach out, encourage someone, listen more, speak with care, be intentional. Because when we live in unity and pursue maturity, we reflect something powerful. We reflect Christ. Thank you for watching this video. If this message encouraged you, don't forget to like, follow the channel Holy Path Insights, and share this video with someone who needs to hear this today.